Hello, welcome back to another video. Today I have Redstone Pong. This is something I worked on a little while back, and I figured I'd show it off here. So you can see here we have the ball bouncing around the screen. If it hits a paddle, I'm gonna just make it hit the paddle. If it hits a paddle, it gets a point. If it misses the paddle, you don't get a point. Which you've already seen. And then as you just saw, you can control the paddles by standing on these pressure plates on these little control pads. So, if we go around the back, we can take a look at how it works. So, although this looks very large and complicated and difficult to understand, I'm gonna try to make it as simple. I'm trying to make it as simple as possible. So, the basic idea of getting a ball to bounce around on the screen, because this works in two parts. There's the paddle part and then there's the ball part. So the first part of the ball is how do you get that to actually bounce around a screen? How do you get an object onto your screen to bounce around? So the basic idea here is there's only two numbers you need to worry about. Which is the x and y coordinate. So the x coordinate is left to right on the screen, and the y coordinate is up and down on the screen. So those are the only two things you really have to worry about to get the ball. You can see here that's what the green circuit is doing. One of those. So the green circuit's going along the sides. So that's our x coordinate. And then the orange circuit here is our y coordinate. So that's going up and down. So bounce. So yeah. So then we send those two lines into a giant AND gate. So all these torches here is a massive AND gate. So where the y and the x coordinate line up, is what redstone torch here lights up, which is what then is displayed on our monitor over here. So that's how we get the ball to bounce around. And then we have the paddles. So the paddles are a little bit more complicated than the ball. So first we have the controls, which are sent over along by the yellow circuit, and they go into these droppers. So these droppers have swords in them. Each one has one sword currently. And depending on how many swords are in the droppers, will tell you where the paddle needs to be. So if there's no swords in the droppers, or in this dropper, so if I take the sword out of this one and put it into there, now the paddle's at the bottom. If I take them both out and put them in the first one, now the paddle's at the top. And if I take just one out, so there's only one there, then we have the paddles in the middle. And these two are controlled by those pads over there. And then we take that information, so where the paddle is, and we send it into some more AND gates. So whenever the ball reaches this side of the screen, whenever it reaches the side of the screen that the paddle's on, we check to see if the ball and the paddle are on the same y coordinate. And if they are, that means that the ball has hit the paddle, and we through good output here, we send a point up to be displayed on the monitor over there on the counters. If we don't get if a bad output happens when we don't get a point, nothing really happens with that. I could theoretically hook this up to the other side so the other side could get a point, but right now all this does is send a sound effect to the I do have sound effects here. So whenever the ball reaches the top or the bottom of the screen, we have the bounce sound. Whenever it hits, we have a happy sound effect. Whenever it misses, we have a more sad sound effect. Other than that, that's really about all that's going on in here. It's large and complicated, but yet once you understand it, it's very simple. So that's about it. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all in another video.